now the science is that there are parts of your brain that are on when you're focused on a task. And then when you turn those off to go do something else, especially something kind of mindless, it actually activates other parts of your brain called the default mode network. And that's what's always working in the background to find these answers that you're looking for. And sometimes they're in the shower, right? I mean, so, or you go for a walk or you do something where your brain is kind of turned off and all of a sudden all these ideas come to you. And that's an important aspect of creativity, right? To know, okay, how do I turn this off and on? Because sometimes you need to focus and write the paragraph, but then sometimes you're like, I got to get inspired to know what to write here. So it's fascinating to me.
I mean, showers, I love showers. That's, a lot of thinking goes on in the shower, but I have heard, I'm not sure if it was something to do with the electromagnetic frequencies, like the water actually calms and soothes and it stops all the, just all the, the Wi-Fi and the thought forms and all the craziness that goes on. The water kind of is like a little bit of a cone of silence. It stops all the other thoughts and everything kind of coming from elsewhere. So you have a little bit more of a space to kind of get the downloads for the inspired action or, divine inspiration. So, yeah.
Well, and that also ties into the anthropology of wishing, right? Because there are the people have been like, wishing has been a key driver of survival since the dawn of humanity. People have been wishing everywhere, all over the world, and there's often a ritual, somehow some kind of ritual involved. And the rituals often tie around to the elements, whether it's water or fire or air or earth, right? It's either burying that wish and then, that's when you manifest whatever it is because you buried it, or your water and you're allowing the flow to happen, or breathing out the candles on a birthday cake is kind of breath and fire. So, I mean, it's fun to think our ancestors thousands of years ago had the same kind of instinct,
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that with the elements. Yeah. I love how you incorporated that for sure.
Yeah, the rituals are really important. That's a very important part of our whole process of how do we, and you mentioned the Cosmic Wish experiment. It's about how do we unite toward common wishes, right? How do we have collective wishing? And I feel like we're missing that in our society. And we need to bring that back, which is kind of why I did what I did.
New Cosmic Wishes Show, where we turn wishes into cosmic wishes using science, with Brownell Landrum. Also look for Brownell's TEDx talk. And check out The Art and Science of Wishing by Brownell Landrum, now available.